Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Six, 2.
All aboard!
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
For what?
Because I told you to.
Are police like addicted to IDs?
Get out
Is
of the
that
car!
the thing?
Get out of the car! Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back! Now! Put your hands behind your back!
What's good, Money Train Gang? We back and we balling down the motherfucking track. This time, we're headed to Phoenix, Arizona, where corruption, prejudice, and policing have all combined and has left behind a big old pile of pig shit. You don't want to miss this one, fam. So cam up, press your record button, and follow me. Let's go see.
First tonight, this is video of Phoenix police arresting a black man who's deaf and has cerebral palsy. That arrest is violent, and in this story, we're going to show you close body camera footage that's intense and difficult to watch, so please consider this your warning.
It happened late this summer, and that means it happened after the Department of Justice released its historic and severe report against Phoenix PD. Here's ABC 15 Chief Investigator Dave Biscobig.
Yeah, we reached out to Phoenix police about this arrest, but they aren't saying much about it. They only confirmed it's now under internal investigation. But this case raises a lot of questions, and it really serves as sort of a test case. And that's both for Phoenix and the DOJ. See, Phoenix is trying to prove it doesn't need federal oversight. But will the DOJ trust the city when things like this continue to happen? You've seen the surveillance video. A Phoenix officer pulling into a parking lot, pulling in front of a man, darting out of his truck, then immediately going after him. Now this is the body camera footage.
Everybody stop where you're at.
Remember, the man is deaf and has cerebral palsy.
Let's see. Tase him, tase him, tase him. Get your hands behind your back. 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 Hold them. Move. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back. Ultra X-ray taser deploy more units. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. Get more. Hand behind your back. More. Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back.
Between the two officers, the man is punched at least 10 times and tasered 4 times.
He can't understand them, and he's deaf and he's physically compromised. The entire thing is just outrageous.
That's Jesse Showalter. He agreed to watch the video with us, and that's because he's an attorney for Tyrone McAlpin. Together, they're planning to bring an excessive force lawsuit against the Phoenix Police Department.
12 years you'd like to?
But before we get into that, first let's get into why officers went after Tyrone.
And they wouldn't even give me a water jug after that.
When we look at the body camera that we've seen so far, what it shows is that Circle K employees had a Caucasian male in the store causing problems, and they called the police to trespass this person who wouldn't leave.
Hey, you guys just want this guy to trespass? Okay.
And when police arrive, they don't do any investigation to find out what this guy was doing in the store. Instead, they talk to the guy, and he claims that he was assaulted and points to somebody in the street that he claims did it.
The guy pointed at Tyrone, who was across the street.
We're saying that's the guy that assaulted right there, with the backwards hat on, yep.
I mean, so we have a situation where the officers respond. Some white guy says, hey, no, some black guy assaulted me, and they just drop what they're doing and head right over there.
That's what the video shows.
He was standing outside the door opening and saying, that dude. Why don't you wait here first? The black guy?
Yeah. And that takes us back to this point.
Let's see.
And this police officer, out of the gate, assaults him, and then uses Tyrone's attempts to protect himself to try to justify felony charges.
Officials charged Tyrone with aggravated assault and resisting arrest. In their reports, officers wrote Tyrone tried to walk away from them, took a fighting stance, threw repeated punches at them, and bit one of them.
Everything that I see in that video, as well as the other officer's body camera, looks like Tyrone's just trying to avoid being harmed by these officers. And that only makes them escalate the situation and increase the degree of violence that they're using.
One of the officers says Tyrone bit him. I mean, how do you respond to that?
Tyrone was face down on the ground with two officers striking and choking him, and that the only way that Tyrone could have possibly bit anybody on the hand or wrist is if one of those officers placed their hand or wrist in his mouth. And what it looks like from the video is that the officer who claims he was bitten was using an illegal chokehold on Tyrone.
Here's the question that, invariably, undoubtedly will be asked. Why didn't he just comply?
And the answer is easy, is he's deaf. He couldn't understand what they were doing, and he had done nothing wrong.
What
messing with him for no reason.
What kind of disabilities do you have?
He's deaf and he's got cerebral palsy.
Okay.
And I've been having a phone with him since Circle K.
How is he deaf if you've been on the phone?
Because I know sign language, that's why. I signed to him. That's why.
Nowhere in their police reports did the two officers document they were told about Tyrone's disabilities. But records do show when another cop went back to check store surveillance footage and talk to witnesses, none of it supported the white guy's claims. Remember, he told officers Tyrone assaulted him at the store. But there was no evidence of any assault. Store employees say the white guy was the one causing problems, getting aggressive, laying on the floor, and refusing to leave. In fact, store employees told police Tyrone tried to get him out of the store and eventually just left. Now, this all happened on August 19th. That's 2 months after the Department of Justice released the results of its historic investigation into Phoenix PD.
It's almost like a single example that illustrates all of the problems highlighted in the DOJ's report.
Among many failures, the DOJ found Phoenix PD has a pattern and practice of racial bias, escalation, and not giving people a chance to comply before using force, excessive use of tasers, dangerous use of chokeholds, and violating the rights of people with disabilities.
It's hard for me to understand how the city can come out and say with a straight face that it is meeting the DOJ report head on when this man, Tyrone McAlpin, is being charged with assault on police officers for this incident where, the video tells the whole story.
Hey, get up! Stand up!
So still now, a month later, he's still facing charges for this.
That's correct.
He's in cuffs.
Now, as you just heard, Tyrone is still facing several felony charges. In fact, even though those officers are under internal investigation, they still just went into court to testify against Tyrone. And as you can see, our cameras were there, and a judge ruled there was probable cause for the case to move forward. Now, in our next report, you'll hear those officers on the stand, hear their justification for the arrest, and you'll also see some bizarre moments in the courtroom.
Heads up. Here you go, Phoenix. These are the faces that represent the culture of policing in America. 2 appointed officials and 1 elected. So shout out to Phoenix, Arizona voters, because what you have done in retrospect is brought to light the true colors behind your elected and appointed officials. So shouts out to the chief of police and shout out to the mayor of Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm sure that the citizens of Phoenix are behind you all the way. You know, normally we start the show off with sifting through pig shit. So we get a population of the city, a general consensus, the demographics, the geography. Well, fortunately for us, in this segment, none of that shit's necessary at all. Instead, all we have to do is hone in on the facts. And here are the facts. If you're a white man in Phoenix, Arizona, being accused of a crime, and you are detained by the police, all you got to do is point out a random black man, and the police will just go away. They will go confront this black man, whoop his ass, throw him in the back of the police car, drag his ass to jail, and trump him up on all sorts of charges. Simple for a white man. Very, very simple. And that's a fact in Phoenix. Proven. Fact number 2. If you are a black man in Phoenix, then you should be very, very cautious when you see police detaining a white man and that white man is pointing at your black ass. You should have a heightened sense of alert, because potentially you're getting ready to get your ass whipped. You're getting ready to get a whole bunch of fucking charges. You're getting ready to go your ass to jail. Beat the fuck up. That's a fact. Fact number 3. Although we have video of what happened in the situation, when you go to court, you're going to be placed in front of a judge, and that judge is going to look you square in your black ass face, and he's going to tell you that he saw nothing that these officers done wrong. These officers had probable cause, and therefore your black ass will now be bound over to the custody of the sheriff department to make arrangements, spend you some money, heal your black ass up, be back in court in 90 days. All facts.
At this time, I do believe the state has presented sufficient evidence to establish.
In the end, the judge found there was probable cause for the criminal case to move forward against Tyrone. The judge didn't give an explanation, but the ruling means Tyrone still faces felony charges of aggravated assault and resisting arrest.
And here he is, the king of the tyrants, the top shelf tyrant, the honorable tyrant, Nick Saccone. Now, he viewed this same video that we just got finished watching. And he determined that there was probable cause to go on with the trial of Tyrone on the charges of aggravated assault. He saw that the officers had probable cause to attack and detain, arrest and charge, take to jail this man. And he left no explanation for his decision. So the only explanation for him finding that there was probable cause for this arrest was that white man pointed that black man out. And that's it. The video tells everything else. So yeah, that's what we got, fam. And interesting enough, the DOJ has had the city of Arizona, as well as a whole lot of other cities. It's a long list of them. And we hitting them all. But the DOJ has had the city of Phoenix under investigation for nearly 5 years now for the same practices. So that makes you wonder, can we take the DOJ serious? What takes them so long? Are they not saying the same thing we're saying? Or are they so much more intelligent than us that their eyes are capable of capturing things that our eyes somehow just can't capture? But shout out to Tyrone, though, because this brother is on track for a major payday, multi-millions of dollars. Shout out to his attorney for being brave enough to take on this case. Yeah. And this ain't the end of this one. I'm pretty sure this ain't the end of this one. So look here, fam. What I need you to do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the share button. Also, cam up, press your record button, and follow me. We'll see you in the next city. Salute.